Let's go ahead and get started with a settling in meditation. We're expecting a couple other people to join. I will let them in as they get on here. So we'll take a few deep breaths and pull our attention inward. And either soften your gaze or gently close your eyes. And taking a few deep breaths, exhaling and relaxing, letting go of the day. Just letting your body settle in. Checking your posture. You want to sit in an upright position that's comfortable, not tense, not too rigid. And keeping the shoulders down and relaxed. Keeping your arms heavy in your lap or at your side. And keeping your belly soft. And feeling yourself supported in your seat, whether you're sitting in a chair or on a cushion, or sitting upright, supported. If you're in a chair, feeling your feet on the floor, giving yourself a sense of being grounded. And if you're sitting on a cushion, feeling supported and maybe visualizing being rooted. You can even visualize actual roots coming down from your legs or your feet into the ground. It helps you feel grounded and balanced. And just checking your posture again, relaxing your face muscles, your jaw muscle, maybe doing a scan from the top of your head downward, slowly checking, how are you feeling? Are there any areas that are a little tense? And if so, just taking a few deep breaths and relaxing those areas with some intention of just letting go. Letting go of the day, being here in this group, in this moment, letting everything else go. And shifting your attention to your breath, Just notice, how does your body want to naturally breathe right now? We can observe the body breathing naturally on its own. Or if there's an area of your body that you'd like to relax a bit more, we can take a few intentional breaths and relax that area. And then allowing your natural breath to begin. Notice as you're observing your breath, how does your body move? There is a natural movement to the body as we breathe. The expansion of the lungs, the contraction of the lungs. And there's a gentle rocking that may occur as we inhale and exhale. As the thoughts come into our mind, we can just notice that we're thinking and come back to the breath, just allowing the thought to float away. We don't need to get caught in the story of the thought. Just noticing it, maybe naming it, the thinking mind, and coming back to the natural rhythm of our breath. You may notice that there's a sense of lulling us to a nice blissful space as we follow the gentle breath in and out. checking in with yourself now. Where are your thoughts? Maybe you're just following your breath in and out. If you found you got caught up in a story, again, just gently returning to the breath and the natural rhythm of the breath as the body just breathes naturally. Oh, it's good to see everyone. Idella, thanks for joining tonight. So over the weekend, we had our fall solstice. We moved into fall. And I was just thinking, when I was young, I loved summer. Summer was my favorite time because I wasn't in school, yay. And it was just warm and I could swim and run around until, 9 at night. It was still daylight. It was just a lot of fun as a kid. Um, Since I've been older, I notice the heat a lot more. And I know it's been getting hotter. I've seen more and more hotter days and hotter than it used to be. I mean, generally in temperature, we've had over 100 degrees almost every day in the summer here in Lake County. And it gets a little tiresome after a while. Luckily, I have a pool I can swim in, but even so, not being a little kid, I don't really run around and play like I used to. Still play, just not the same. Not quite as much activity. So I'm really enjoying the fall and the change of the seasons. I think it's just really kind of magical to watch the changes. And I think it's a good time to reflect on what all of that means. And I think each of us hold a different meaning and emotion in fall. It means something different to each of us. And I think of focusing on the themes of letting go and impermanence and uncertainty. Fall meditation can be really transformative and kind of an enlightening practice that promotes that personal growth that we want to go through all the time. We want to continue to grow and continue to learn. And we also want to have a stronger connection with the natural world. And I think looking at the fall colors and looking at the trees and the flowers, everything's changing. Everything, even the grass has changed. Everything has a movement to it. And we get that stronger connection with the natural world when we really pay attention to those things, those various changes. So if you can meditate outside with the sights and the smells and the sounds of nature, that's wonderful. If you can't, or it's just not convenient, um, you might want to think about bringing in some fall colors, some different colored leaves, or some pumpkins, or some fall vegetables. Everything's a little bit different in the fall. And then during the meditation, it's just really ask yourself, what does this mean to me? What do these changes bring up for me? What am I feeling? What sometimes I think we're really in touch with the animal nature that we have in us, and our senses shift. We can sense moisture in the air or dryness in the air. In the fall, it seems to be, I don't know, I think maybe I'm just more in tune with it in the fall. I'm not sure. I just seem to notice it more. In the morning, it's cooler. You can feel fall in the air. I was trying to figure out what that means. I feel fall in the air and I can't pinpoint it. It's definitely cooler. The air is a little crisper. It smells a little bit different. Um, so it's kind of interesting to just sit and meditate outside and really take it in, just to notice the differences. And we can intentionally cultivate a deeper connection to ourself and the outside world. And we can better appreciate the beauty and the stillness of the changing season. And I like to sit and just be with that and keep an open heart and an open mind and just look at how lovely it is. It's just this lovely sensation that comes to me. So I don't know that we're always aware of these things, but when we take the time to sit and really be open to it, that's a nice experience. And especially this time of year, it's a great reminder of impermanence and how life constantly changes. The cooler temperatures, like I was saying, the changing colors. It also begins to change our brain chemistry a bit as we kind of move into a slower paced time. It feels a little bit more relaxing. There's less sense of needing to hurry, at least for me. This is some of the things I've noticed. And you might find that after practice the fall meditation, that you fall asleep easier because you don't feel as hurried and maybe your mind is less cluttered or you're feeling less stressed. Um, these are just some observations that I've been kind of taking note of just in the past few days. And the more I see leaves turning color and dropping, the more I begin to allow myself the sense of that feeling of letting go. So I get into that mind state of allowing things to be let go of. It might be a good time for us to go through our closets and maybe let go of some sweaters or jackets that could be useful to someone else. Now, I know I have a lot more clothing than I realize I do when I start going through it. And there's no way I'm going to wear that all. So it's a good time to clean out the closets, make some space. There's two things that happen to me when I do that. I get a sense of less, I want to say clutter, but that's not the word I'm looking for. There's less weight. I feel a sense of lightness when I let go of things. It creates some space. I don't feel so crowded. Um, so that's always a nice feeling, letting go of that clutter. And also when I do allow things to go, because it's hard for me to let things go. I'll admit it. It's a practice. But when I do, there's also a sense of removing obstacles that get in my way of staying in touch with myself. I get preoccupied with stuff. And when I can let it go, I have a sense of opening and being more with me rather than preoccupied with stuff. So that I want to say my true nature is kind of revealed to me. I don't know if that's the exact word I want to find, but it pretty much sums it up. I feel like I can get more in touch with the deeper self. So slowing down, preparing for the winter ahead, creating some space around all of that. A fall meditation is a great practice for emphasizing the connection between mindfulness and the natural changes that we experience during the fall. And it focuses on themes of change and transition and preparing for the winter months. And we can find it really helpful to engage in fall meditation during this time to cultivate mindfulness and adapt to the shifting energies of the season. Because I think during this month, especially for me, there's more of a drastic change that happens, shifting from summer into fall. And I can kind of like taste winter on the edge there, but not quite. I know it's right there. It'll be no time at all. It'll be here. So we can tune into the internal changes as well on our life cycle transitions and our personal growth. This practice, we increase our awareness of the present moment and embrace change in the future coming to us. So what I'm trying to say is this unfolding of the fall. It's coming open to us if we greet it with open arms and an open heart and embrace that change. For those people that don't like change, it's a really good practice because it creates a welcoming sense rather than, oh, I don't want this to happen. It's more of a, oh yeah, this is kind of nice, you know? So everything we do is a practice. And if change is difficult for you, the I think the easiest way for me is to just practice that, embracing it. This is what's happening. This is the change. This is something new and opening to it. The other thing about this past couple of weeks has been a big meditation for me in the sense that my cousin passed away last week after a brief illness. And this practice has been really helpful for me to accept the impermanence and letting go. And it's a good reminder that life is a beautiful gift, no matter what season it is, right? And everything is brief and impermanent. And I'm more aware of being grateful for every day and that I get and all the opportunities that are open to me each day. So I think when I'm reminded that life is short and that we do have to let go, I fall into a sense of gratitude that I am here. I have opportunity to live this one wild and crazy life. And I really want to be able to open to that and allow all of that. I have a poem here by Dana Faulds. It's called The Season Between. It is an exultation of leaves, a feast to which the maples wear their crimson robes and the hickories come cloaked in gold. The oaks can't decide between russet and red, but seem content to simply be present in the changing woods. As for me, I'm a blue-jeaned, wonder-struck witness to the majesty of trees and the silent transformation of the season between the green and the coming deep freeze. So whatever fall means to you, um, allow that perception to open up and expand during our meditation tonight. And see if you can add a new level of appreciation for fall. So getting in a comfortable position and sitting upright comfortably, maybe taking a few deep breaths. And bringing your attention inward, letting your body settle. Again, feeling supported. And now visualize yourself sitting out in nature among your favorite trees. If your favorite tree is redwoods or evergreens, that's fine. But you might want to add some different kinds of trees where the leaves are turning different colors. Maybe some aspen. I don't know, there's a lot of various trees that turn colors. And just take a few moments to absorb your surroundings. You're out in nature with the trees, changing colors, and what else might you see? You might notice that the flowers have faded, the grass is brown. There's probably leaves on the ground of varying colors. You might notice some leaves drifting down, the fall breeze gently blowing. And you might tune into the soothing sounds of nature, open to that sensory experience of the outdoors. You may hear some bird song, or buzzing bees. And taking a deep breath, visualize that fresh air entering your lungs. It feels a little cooler, a little more crisp. You may hear the rustling leaves as the breeze moves them on the ground. Or you might hear the sounds of a nearby stream, water flowing, trickling, bubbling, and gurgling. Or you might smell the damp earth. Notice what's happening in your little space where you've chosen to sit among the trees in the fall. And allow that concentration of nature to serve as an anchor for your awareness, keeping your mind from wandering, just anchoring in the surrounding nature. And this meditation helps cultivate a deeper connection to nature. As we sit in stillness, we can observe the subtle changes occurring in the environment. The falling leaves, the slight chill in the air, the changing colors, all serve as reminders of impermanence, which can help ground us in the present moment. We feel a deeper connection to nature and a sense of mental clarity and emotional balance. The serene environment and vibrant colors help to refresh our senses, rejuvenate the spirit, and create a sense of inner peace. The crisp air and the sound of rustling leaves, the vivid colors, all contribute to a serene and inspiring environment for our meditation. And this fall meditation also helps us embrace uncertainty. The seasons can be unpredictable, so can life's challenges. We adopt a mindset that values acceptance and adaptability, which allows us to navigate these uncertainties with grace and equanimity. By focusing on the themes of letting go, impermanence, and uncertainty, this fall meditation can be transformative and enlightening practice that promotes our personal growth while fostering a stronger connection with the natural world. You feel grounded with an inner stillness that helps us stay centered amidst these seasonal changes. As we sit in our area that we've chosen, surrounded by various trees and plants, maybe a creek, notice what kind of animals we might see. And the animals are busy this time of year preparing for the upcoming winter. You might see chipmunks or squirrels gathering nuts. There are often different kinds of rabbits that are preparing for the winter. Deer and elk, some with their new fawns that are gotten bigger over the summer, big enough to be able to survive the winter. And then there's bears that are still foraging, looking for berries, preparing for the winter. There may not be as many birds. Some birds have left for a different area. And there still are some that remain, and they are also preparing for the winter. And we know that life has different seasons, and fall is a season of letting go to open to something new, letting go to create space for that something new. The colors can look as if someone has painted the countryside. What used to all be different shades of green is now different types of browns and reds and oranges, yellows. Now sense into yourself, trying to detect what type of mood you might be having. What kind of mood or emotion might you be feeling? Notice if there's any apprehension or maybe excitement. And don't have judgment or criticism about what we discover, just noticing, how does this time of year make me feel? Do I notice changes in myself, in my mood? And can I embrace those changes? Can I accept whatever mood I'm feeling? And you give yourself permission to let go. Let go of what no longer serves you, making space for something new to enter your life. And you open your heart to what is coming, what is happening next. Can we open and embrace that? Each season brings us something very special, and we look forward to what this season will bring us. You might say that to yourself. May I open to what this new season brings me. May I allow myself to let go. May I look forward with happiness to what surely is a wonderful future, whatever the season brings. May I let go and make space for something new. Well, thank you all for meditating with me. It's lovely seeing you tonight. So I hope this fall meditation gives you something to think about practicing, going out and taking a walk in the fall, enjoying this nice change in seasons. Yeah, really experiencing it. And notice how you feel. Notice what's going on, how emotionally, physically. Um, Notice the different senses. What do you smell? What do you taste? Are there changes? Maybe there's not. Maybe you haven't noticed anything. But that's noticing something too, right? Okay. Well, thank you all for being here. It's lovely seeing you all. Hope to see you next week. All right. I love you all. Take good care of yourselves. Enjoy. Bye bye.